By the time Poetik Flakko's videos started making their way into criminal court, he was already the biggest joke on No Jumper.
People are making you the butt of the joke.
I know he be lying. This is what he do.
It's becoming a thing to shit on Flakko.
This nigga be in Discords lying. This is what he do, bro.
A character willing to embarrass himself for a click.
I'll be real, I haven't watched in a minute, but
Then something strange happened. It worked.
that shit impacted the world. 1.6 million views.
The man people were laughing at started pulling numbers, and the numbers turned into money.
It shows I made $133,000 in 28 days.
Poetik Flakko spent years witnessing how the internet rewards disrespect.
But what happens when someone decides that being rich is more important than being real?
So I'm wondering if he's padding the stats
To the point they forget who they are.
Power and control. I know that I'm powerful.
And who helped them get there.
I'll never say nothing bad about this person because this person really helped me out.
Right here, you're speaking about Oshay.
Eventually realizing he could say absolutely anything for attention.
Where the was in his throat, down his esophagus. Like, what are his tricks? What did he do with it?
In what seems to be a playbook from someone even darker than him.
I may repent and live or refuse and die.
Do you know General Butt Naked? His response.
Yeah, my family goes to his church.
You are called by God's purpose.
This is the story of a Liberian who became whatever he needed to be just to report a story.
Poetik Flakko, you lost your past too, my dog. I don't know who hired you here.
Yo, first off, just know I'm the king of LA. I run LA.
Making a passionate claim one video just to state the opposite weeks later.
I tell you every state where the age of consent is 16 and every state where the age of consent is 15. People like that, yo, I'm wary of you, bro, because why? Before y'all start the age of consent nonsense, Boston Richie is in Florida. The age of consent in Florida is 18.
Mastering the art of sloppy cap.
He'll give you all the facts of something.
Okay.
And then what he pulls from it will be like, how did you even get there
Honestly,
from that?
This is the cap story of Poetik Manjala Flakko.
You got cap in your raps. You got cap in your raps.
When the world was first introduced to Frederick Jala, it was through a smaller platform he created himself. Its primary purpose was to serve as an unofficial lieutenant for the Pan-African activist, Dr. Umar Johnson.
I just said, hey, Flakko, don't expose me.
Jala handled beefs that weren't his. Docs, critics of Umar.
You and TCTV can go half, $250 each. Okay, my brother, how about this?
And participated in behavior that some people describe as scammy.
Flakko doxed my dad's house, right? So this is a public post that he made on his channel, which is, of course, since been removed.
You forgot, nigga? You forgot my chat nigga nickname me Bombs over Baghdad?
Internet threats.
So, you were threatened on the internet by who?
Frederick Jala, Jallah.
What, and where did he threaten you at, on what platform?
It's on YouTube. I'll probably the bitch and destroy her insides, and I'll up the bitch's life.
Yeah, Jace, I can't even speak up for you, bro. You are thirsty as fuck.
Once creating a fake gay grinder profile to catch his targets.
But again, Lenny, you're 44. What the fuck are you looking for butt sex from a 19-year-old kid, bro?
Good old Flakko protecting us all from weirdos.
So Leonard dropped a nude, which I'm not going to show on YouTube. However, if you want the nude, I can't say inboxing because I don't know if that's a crime. So,
But this phase didn't last long. You see, Jala wanted a larger platform, and the cap of consciousness wasn't giving him the recognition he believed he deserved.
If Umar wasn't going to make him important, Jala would have to find a platform that would. At the time, a hippie white guy in Los Angeles had built a growing media platform by giving gang members and random minorities small checks and large amounts of clout to embarrass themselves on camera. His name was Adam 22.
Cause I tee this bitch up and King.
Do it. Come on. I'm not seeing it.
And unlike Dr. Umar, Adam always had room for another person willing to keep the confusion going.
I'm in the air means that you can start introducing your show, Flakko.
Oh,
or Gina, whoever wants to take the lead.
I think Flakko should go ahead and take the
Yo,
lead.
listen, man. Welcome to the Monday show, man. This show was created for no politics, real spill, you feel me?
Jala was ideal Adam 22 needed a non-gangbanging handler who can book guests from the conscious community, keep the confusion going, and deliver backhanded compliments to the black community with a straight face. The arrangement was as familiar as any slave owner and house Negro agreement you can find. In exchange for clout, Jala became a staple on No Jumper, consistently booking black activists from the conscious community. Looking back, these conversations weren't really about knowledge, they were about trolling.
How do you vet people to know that like they're not coming in as an agent of chaos?
Yeah, that's another thing. So you got to look at people's backgrounds. You got to see what they've done in the past, and you kind of have to work with some people, and that's a risk anytime you work with new people.
At the same time, Jala was building his own platform, modeled in the image of hip-hop cap media's biggest creator, DJ Akademiks. Becoming Poetik Flakko, Jala began turning the same formula into his own brand.
It's your boy Poetik Flakko, man. Check it out, check it out. We're back again to relive the hood's most famous murder trial, folks. Lil Boosie facing the death penalty and not telling a peep to them folks, people.
But copying Akademiks came with one huge problem: location. Livingston started his platform from his mother's basement.
Flakko was trying the same routine in person, surrounded by artists who didn't need Twitter to respond because the person disrespecting them was standing directly in front of them.
Here, so you're like having like an issue, right? With me saying, yo, listen, I think he a cloud chaser for doing A. And you don't like agree with that, right? But I like still think that. So like how?
So eventually Flakko got spat on.
Hey, no.
That should have been pure humiliation. Instead, it put him on Livingston's radar, and Akademiks decided Flakko was worthy of acknowledgement.
That's some advice for this guy. And by the way, I realize that, you know, he's a chat nigga, and it's the reason why I'm giving him advice. Never talked to him before, but I'm gonna give him some advice.
For Jala, that was all the proof he needed.
The stuttering, whatever, just calm down. Calm down. It's your platform now.
Dr. Umar never gave him the recognition he wanted, but Adam 22 and DJ Akademiks showed him that writing could be profitable.
Before long, Poetik Flakko became one of the most recognizable personalities on No Jumper, not because of his analysts, but because he'd become the show's biggest jokes.
Why do you feel obligated, for example, right?
Why? Let me ask you a question.
I'll be real, I haven't watched in a minute, but
why do you insert yourself in conversations about street beef that's perpetuating genocide between young black men?
He became known for his clothes, his misunderstanding of the black community.
Listen, shout out every nigga, man. Feel me? Shout them.
And of course, the stutter.
Great though, right? Let me break down my catalog, right?
The man was a magnet for disrespect.
His takes appeared designed to make him stand out amongst a group of personalities chasing the same prize.
West Coast niggas been killing East Coast niggas like since the 90s, bro. Like, he's a hometown hero for killing Possible.
Look,
that's a really.
But I don't.
If Flakko wanted to become more than the person everyone roasted,
I know he be lying. This is what he do.
But
this nigga be in Discords lying. This is what he do, bro.
he needed to give viewers another reason to pay attention.
But why I admire people like Nick Fontes, the Proud Boys, etc., they're upfront with their BS. They're upfront with their white supremacy tactics. They're upfront with it.
Whether they did or not, he chose mostly to disrespect the black community in different ways.
I'm for purification America, getting rid of every other race, all the mugs, get rid of them. I'm all for that.
Some people said I shouldn't meet up with you.
Why?
And I think the reason is, I don't know the best way to phrase it sensitively, people say you hate black people.
Yes.
Is what they're saying,
yes.
Right?
Backing white supremacists with names he couldn't even pronounce.
Okay. I can deal with him because he keeping a buck. Nick Fontes will tell you.
He was leering, clout chasing, and proper English at the same time.
In the words of the great Tony Yo-Yo,
creating videos where the title would imply the worst.
That shit impacted the world. 1.6 million views.
Right.
Me personally, in my basement, right?
Who's seen that documentary in this room?
This is
that's my man.
the numbers on Jala's personal channel began rising,
1.6 million views by myself as an independent creator.
moving faster than those of the other No Jumper personalities.
And when I say riding, it isn't disrespect. You see, Flakko went online and showed the world his hidden talent of speaking on another man's size.
And say, oh, you small, okay, hey, nigga. When my on hard, come on, my nigga, come on, bruh. Real yard man.
But the clout chasing came with consequences. Jala's glazing happened so quickly that he rarely stopped to check whether the people he praised hated one another. We saw this when Flakko called YouTuber Saint in the Center his big homie.
We're back. Now, first off, I don't even know how to introduce this man, right? I just call him big homie.
The problem was that Saint had already confronted Akademiks.
And you call him Fat Academics, right?
Livingston.
Now listen, I love both of you guys, right? But that Jamaican accent you did, yo, how'd you practice that, bro? Like that?
Yo, Flakko, please don't mention my name no more, bro. Please. Me, like, I don't want to be involved with your shit, bro. My name is Big Ak, my nigga.
That infuriated Livingston, who made Flakko kiss the ring and clarified where his loyalty belonged.
If you got a problem with that nigga, come holler at the king, cause I'm still here. I let all y'all literally take what I've built and literally build your own platform. Cool, but see, don't ever think you could ever look at another nigga and say you're gonna use what you learned from that other nigga to press me. All I want to know from any nigga who I ever influenced or anything, just tell me where you stand, because I'm still with it. Tell me where you stand. So any nigga, I'm calling all y'all. If y'all don't submit and say, bro, OG, I ain't got no problem with him. If you got a problem with me, I'm putting my foot on your neck.
Still, Flakko continued to support the wrong people, even when it wasn't in his best interest.
At times, this included personalities facing accusations far more serious than an internet beef.
So, for y'all who don't know, Boom is here because these niggas been spamming, call Boom and speak on it. They're saying that this video dropped, and they're saying that.
Well, show me touching no ass, by the way, but okay.
Why does Poetik Flakko protect Lil Boom but wants Young Thug to get life in prison?
How do I protect Lil Boom? You feel me?
You do.
I spoke on it. I interviewed him. You feel me? And you know,
you were hesitant when the story first broke, were you not?
Cause I'm not gonna take 1090 Jake's word for it if I haven't sought out like the actual shit like myself. You feel me?
As soon as you saw the surveillance, then you came to the conclusion that.
Critics began asking whether Jala's behavior was blind loyalty or evidence of something more personal.
Lil Boom was touching kids,
in
bro.
A
grocery store. We don't play that. There's a no tolerance, zero tolerance here at No Jumper, homie. We don't stand behind that, touching on babies, walking in stores, getting caught on camera.
Then people started looking into Flakko's own past.
So Jala is saying that he doesn't like Rich Trapper and he wants to blackball Rich Trapper because Rich Trapper called him a offender.
Now wait, before we get too far in this video, please do me one small favor and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Also, hype this video up.
Online investigators claimed an Ohio case was connected to a name suspiciously similar to Jala's, with details that appeared close enough to keep the accusation alive.
Called me a sex offender. He lied about me having a rape case. What else? So we just.
The evidence being passed around was sloppy, but it did little to slow Flakko's momentum.
Everyone in the group chat or in the chat calling you a liar, so
it's offense. I don't care, right?
Because soon he would show the world his specialty, sloppy cap.
Jeffe did not commit the shooting.
Enough evidence to make an accusation interesting, but never enough to pass a reasonable doubt.
But because it was rumored that Jeffe may or may not have been at the scene when it took place, his vehicle.
Go for words. It's horrible. Why is that?
Why is that?
Because it's horrible.
Just horrible.
Word.
May or may not have been there when it took place.
He'll give you all the facts of something.
Okay.
And then what he pulls from it will be like.
People automatically assume, oh, damn, wait, was he in over there when it happened?
How did you even get there
Honestly,
from
that's
that?
Like he's coming.
His commentary channel continued growing as he produced anywhere from 3 to 5 videos a day.
But these controversies were no longer disappearing after each upload. You see, Flakko was leaving little crumbs on the ground for someone to collect, and soon somebody would. Eventually, No Jumper gained one of its biggest enemies, a platform that dissected every guest, every comment, and every contradiction. Video after video, Point and Shoot highlighted some of the biggest gaffes coming from one of the most black demeaning platforms on the internet.
Yeah, so I'm glad I could just bring you guys up to speed a little bit so we can get into the crash out. So let's begin with our first clip of the crash out. Check this out.
Hey, Mayor 40 coming to the 60s with no type of drama on SC.
Brandishing the self-proclaimed title, the Sheriff.
It's a good thing that they made me the sheriff because I'm going to clean up this town if it's the last thing I do.
He called Adam 16.
Adam 16. Adam 16. Adam 16. Adam 16.
Due to sexual assault accusations surrounding him.
And he basically says he doesn't want to talk about it anymore and that he just...
If there was anything Adam hoped viewers had missed, the sheriff would place it under a microscope.
Wow, so Adam called Vlad to snitch China Mac out. This is before they had any problems. Adam has always hated China Mac behind his back, it looks like.
For months, people had wondered how Flakko supposedly beat the strange Ohio case. Point and Shoot and 1090 Jake would help drag an explanation into public view.
And so what was going on was Jala has this brother that is described in court documents, and it sounds just like Jala. It sounds just like Fred Jala.
According to Jala, it was actually his brother that got caught with the weird case and was sent back to the motherland.
But it's his brother, but Jala denied having a brother forever. So people were like, well, if he doesn't have a brother, and this is literally a description of Jala, this, something's going on here maybe.
But his explanation created more questions than answers. Everything started to blur from his actual name.
Me, Frederick Jala is my real name.
To his age.
He was gonna expose that you're 47!
To how he got from Liberia to North Dakota.
You made a video talking about you from North Dakota. You was born and raised in North Dakota and shit. You only been in Florida. No, you wasn't. You was here, bro. I was with you in 17.
Even his dress code became evidence inside an investigation that seemed to grow every time Flakko tried to kill it.
Put the messages up. You are literally rolling around. See, folks, over this. You see, hey, folks, hey, bro, again. Yes, everyone. Again, folks.
There's no females around him ever, so when he goes on these podcasts claiming that he's a 10 out of 10 and he's got no women to show for it, well, now he can explain why he doesn't have any women because he already has a woman, right? A woman that lives in North Dakota and goes to North Dakota State. She's a pharmacy resident. She's a big shot. She wants to be with Flakko long distance. She's out of town. No one will ever find her, right? She lives in North Dakota and she doesn't exist. So no one's ever gonna, it's...
Meanwhile, No Jumper fans created a petition to get him deported. The gloves were off. Manjingo, Jala began filing preposterous claims against videos attempting to slow momentum and control the narrative.
Taking a video that belongs to me, 29 minutes of it, and putting it behind a paywall, is that fair use? It's not fair use at all.
But the more he tried to quiet the accusations, the louder they became.
So Flakko responded with volume. He flooded timelines with an upload schedule comparable to pre-complex Akademiks. If one video raised a question about Jala, 5 new Flakko videos would appear to bury it.
When you do that, people will just continue digging up dirt, assuming there's a body underneath it.
He claims it's me.
Now, this was the major reason why Jala ended up leaving No Jumper. It's because of the hatred that he receives from No Jumper's audience.
Eventually, Frederick Manjala disappeared from the No Jumper podcast.
People are making you the butt of the joke and you're so passive with it, you know what I'm saying, that it's becoming a thing to shit on Flakko.
Jala feels that he's becoming so big time on YouTube now that he needs to start protecting his brand.
He took his program far away from Los Angeles, and that is when the pendulum began to shift. Jala's numbers continued increasing exponentially, but his targets changed. The platform that created him now became content. Every guest who made a joke about him and every gesture that embarrassed a Liberian became fuel for another upload.
All right.
I'll be real, bro. That's really hard to watch.
He began cooking nearly every No Jumper employee while protecting 2 people in particular, Adam 16 and Cash Jones.
I think Adam is losing money on all the content he does, because if he was, he wouldn't be doing it.
Flakko went out of his way to avoid saying anything negative about either of them.
Even if I didn't like Whack 100, my thought process is, why would he put all the resources, all the promotion, all this time and money into this diaper company and then just not do nothing with it?
Whack was the more interesting exception because he and Jala had collaborated on numerous plays.
Wait, but like, No Jumper is not my platform, it's Adam's platform, right? And the show itself.
Hey, Flakko, hey, listen.
Hold on, what the?
While No Jumper's numbers declined, the opposite happened for Poetik. The man who had once been treated like disposable content was beginning to outform the factory that produced him.
Power and control. I know that I'm powerful. I know that I'm climbing up in this world, bro. Powerful men with money.
Yeah. He got clout from No Jumper. Point and Shoot became the villain that he needed. But his biggest climb was still in front of him.
The next person Flakko covered wouldn't just increase his views, he would change the scale of the entire operation.
But Flakko meets this little bitch in the lobby, Destiny, and he paid $2,500 for the box.
Flakko became one of the few YouTubers consistently covering a nuanced streamer who was making waves in the most openly racist way you can find. In a matter of months, Chud the Builder's name skyrocketed across every platform.
He's chimping out. He don't know how to drive in the parking lot.
On YouTube, Poetik Flakko became the algorithm's main presenter. Every time viewers searched for Chud, they found Flakko.
So Chud is now on Twitter, damn near confessing to premeditated murder.
The views went to the moon, and Flakko's pockets followed. Jala was now bringing in as much as 6 figures a month.
Where the piece was in his throat, down his esophagus. Like, what are his tricks? What did he do with it? Was he I don't know, bruh.
Names connected to Chud's story began appearing as guests on his platform.
How was it? What was his tricks, man? How did he do? Was it? How was it, man?
The man who once needed Dr. Umar, Adam22, and Akademiks to acknowledge him was now important enough for other people to chase his audience.
The clout finally worked.
But new money became new problems. Covering Chud pushed Flakko away from the subtle Sambo persona he had created for himself. While becoming the main channel for Chud News, Jala seemed to forget that he and Chud had more similarities than differences.
Okay. I can deal with him because he keep it a buck. Nick Fuentes will tell you, Chud tags Nick Fuentes probably 10 times a day on Twitter, trying to get his attention. Nick Fuentes never responds back to him.
Of course, Flakko didn't have time to rebrand, because he was already cooking up another form of income that some people would call a flat-out scam.
I've made $90,000 in 28 days. I can show you without a doubt how to make $10,000 a month on YouTube.
While a YouTube course isn't automatically a hoax, when Flakko started selling his own formula, Point and Shoot analyzed the numbers. And according to the sheriff,
Jala was receiving way more backlash for this scam.
The numbers didn't add up.
He sells a book on how to do something for $100 that he can't do even for himself or his sister.
The audience was real, so was the money.
It shows I've made $133,000 in 28 days.
But the explanation Flakko was selling for how he obtained them was beginning to look more like cap.
14 million views, 1.9 million watch hours. I've done it.
Then why is your sister, who you gave one-on-one training to in your studio, you gave her all your formulas, all your secrets, she failed miserably. Why is she so poor? Apparently there's 42 subscribers that pay $100 a month for this information. What? That is very suspicious. I'm wondering if he's padding the stats, if he's actually... And I want to point out that after my expose video came out, exposing his scam, after the video came out, immediately so he's got 42 people that he's working one-on-one with. Every morning, he's got 42 people he has to answer to. This just doesn't make any sense at all.
He still didn't let up. Money wasn't enough anymore. He wanted to complete his transformation into the next Akademiks. That meant becoming more than a person who reacted after something happened.
Flakko wanted to become the person who video made things happen.
Soon, his content would travel beyond YouTube and make its way into criminal court.
Let's take a look at the footage of the murder. And yes, I got the footage before the police. Don't ask me how I got it.
The jokes, writing, and internet beefs were about to create consequences for people facing multiple homicides.
He was making his biggest leap yet. He was entering the snitch cap sector.
His first targets came from the same building he just escaped, Munchie and Aunt Jeffe.
It's your boy Young Aunt Jeffe don't care about number what the check say.
He runs right here, they run over here, then they took.
His claims against Jeffe were poorly presented.
Aunt Jeffe did not commit the shooting, but because it was rumored that Aunt Jeffe may or may not have been at the scene when it took place. His vehicle may or may not have been there when it took place. People automatically assume, oh, damn, wait, was it in over there when it happened?
Flakko had the accusations, but was far from having a clean case.
That's the dangerous thing about combining an accusation with an algorithm. The argument doesn't have to be correct. It just has to reach enough people before the other person can respond.
By now, sloppy cap had become a theme. Get the accusations out first, collect the traffic, and let everybody else argue over the evidence afterwards.
So Jala says that's why young Aunt Jeffe killed the guy from Pueblo Blood. What? So Jala is actually lying. He made that whole thing up. So Remo says that Jala is lying and that young Aunt Jeffe went down for something that happened a long time ago.
But Aunt Jeffe was only the beginning. The war Flakko waged against Munchie would place one man in the crosshairs of authorities and the other in the crosshairs of public opinion.
Now, Munchie B and the Inglewood family involvement goes beyond.
Video after video, Frederick built a narrative connecting Munchie to the stabbing and killing of the late Draco the Ruler.
Taking place in this conspiracy to murder Draco the Ruler.
What began as internet commentary was now an active murder investigation.
They know the person who was passing out the knives. They know the person who took the knife and stabbed Draco the Ruler in his freaking neck. And it took an outsider to come and reveal that information.
Munchie responded, and the two entered a back and forth that began to backfire on Jala.
Frederick Jala got the nerve to be worried about what's going on with people's cases, and his brother is a freaky fraud.
Behind the scenes at No Jumper, it had apparently become common knowledge that Jala was a trick.
Flakko meets this little in the lobby, Destiny.
I can't help myself, man.
He paid $2,500 for the box.
All they wanted was $150.
But paying women wasn't the only issue people were discussing.
The girl said that y'all girled in 2024, 2025. She's 19 right now, and everybody in the chat know math.
What was highlighted was a difference of only a few months between what was legal and illegal.
I'm a pass.
She's 18 to 6 months.
I'm a pass.
Now, while age gap is one thing, underage is another.
It was May, so I was 27. Right?
All right,
Yeah.
he was 27 years old. All right, so
Yeah.
look, Jack, she's fresh out of 17. She just hit 18.
She was 18 and 6 months.
She was 18 for 6 months.
Yeah.
All right, so she fresh out of still.
It was no longer just a debate about hypocrisy. It was a question of whether Jala had relations with someone still in high school or not.
I'm not calling you a pedo because you're not. She's legal, but I would pass.
But the exposure didn't make him retreat. It only increased his ambition to see somebody placed in handcuffs.
Wow, Flakko dropped a video 2 minutes ago called Munchie B tells No Jumper to fire me to stop me from exposing a murder. And then the thumbnail is him with fake tears on his face.
At the same time, Flakko began expanding his territory. Gang politics and murder investigations had given him power inside one corner of the internet. His next scandal would carry him into black political media and place him in front of an entirely different audience.
All the women in my life watch Tasha K. So right now, I'm finally famous. You feel me?
As he broke the story of a secret sex tape involving Roland Martin.
Roland has been one of the biggest advocates for Africans in this country. So when I seen this, I was like, come on, Roland, bro.
Once again, Flakko displayed his unusual talent for explaining another man's genitals.
As a man, I did not know that penis got that small. Diddy's penis is massive compared to Roland Martin's.
It earned Jala a seat on Tasha K's platform, moving him from gang politics and murder investigations into celebrity gossip and black political media. The target pool was getting wider.
Flakko's newfound power didn't fade. But just like every other Cap King, eventually the clout turns into delusion.
But surely enough, Flakko's next scandal will be one even he couldn't ignore.
They can tell you the age of consent here and here. They can tell you every state where the age of consent is 16 and every state where the age of consent is 15. People like that, yo, I'm wary of you, bro. Cause why?
A few moments later.
Before y'all start the age of consent nonsense, Boston Richie is in Florida. The age of consent in Florida is 18.
Australia is 16 years old. Now, there are states in this country where the age of consent is 16, but it has to be a 4-year age gap. The age of consent in Iceland is 13. Pearl moves to the UK for 2 years, where I believe the age of consent there is like 16.
By the middle of 2026, Jala had eaten lavishly from Chud the Builder, his YouTube course, and the Draco murder investigation. Now he had another enemy in mind, FBA.
So when you have a small percentage of FBA, they're on Twitter, they're on YouTube, they're calling immigrants racial slurs, they're taking the position of agents of chaos.
Placing himself frontline in the middle of an online war against a group that makes up a big portion of his fan base.
Don't think you're African Americans. We don't even think you're African. You guys are so different from...
Every tribe have a language. What is it? Apart from English, what other language do Americans speak? The Black Americans.
Don't have manners. We have manners.
I want to know, what is the Black American culture? I keep hearing this culture.
What culture are you talking about that Africans steal from you?
Bro, the Black Americans are the culture, maybe baby mama culture.
Jala began releasing videos with subliminal messages aimed primarily at Tariq Nasheed and anybody who agreed with him.
Any Black American who calls an immigrant a tether, you are an enemy of mine.
On the surface, he framed his criticism as a specific argument against FBA.
I'll be a fool to sit here and say that the racist and xenophobic people that we see on YouTube and Twitter represent all of FBA, or even a majority of them. They just don't.
Though he swore it was just toward anyone claiming those letters, what he was saying could be applied to the entire Black American community.
If you have a bad experience at a Hispanic business, there's not a call to boycott all Hispanic businesses. If you had a bad experience at a white business, there's not a call to boycott all white businesses.
Stop going to the braid shops. Teach them how to have some respect, because they have none.
That's right. That because somebody had a bad experience at one African business, you're not saying boycott all businesses?
Time to boycott the African braid shops. Stop going. Let's show them how powerful our Black American dollar is.
But man, Jala's next target would make the vision more clear, because this time he would go after one of his mentors.
And this is like an OG on YouTube, bruh. Now, again, I'll never diss this person. I'll never disrespect this person. Like, I'll never say nothing bad about this person, because this person really helped me out. They hopped on the phone with me, gave me a free consultation, walked me through how...
Oshay Duke Jackson had a complicated past of his own, including the time he leaned more toward his African friends rather than his American ones.
Black people are going to have the same disdain for each other. So what are you waking people up to do? Nothing. They'll watch that documentary and go right back out there in St. Louis and shoot somebody or rob somebody in Detroit after watching it and being fake woke and do nothing, because they have no sense of community, no sense of self.
But Duke Jackson had also shown Jala how to scale his operation, becoming part of the reason Flakko's numbers began taking off. Suddenly, Jala no longer considered him a friend.
Like, he's interjected and making this about him, dishonestly knowing it was not about him, knowing that it was about Tariq.
Well, since he has his own audience now, why not go after the people that help you build it?
Right here, you're speaking about Oshay. How was this about Tariq?
Becoming the king of sloppy cap.
Adam is going to turn over whatever he has to turn over. And if Adam don't turn it over, I'm going to judge Adam.
But while Jala continued adding new names to the menu, Point and Shoot was still working in the background.
This isn't the same Jala.
The sheriff was beginning to connect every loose piece of Flakko's story.
Up until about 4 months ago, Jala was a staunch Trump nut. And the reason why he loved Trump so much is because he felt like Trump didn't like black people. I'm not kidding.
Picture started to form. An anti-black, trend-farming, two-faced YouTuber who was willing to shit on anybody even if they once helped him. The backlash became widespread.
200. He said the good white man. He sounds like Uncle Ruckus right now, verbatim.
And the contradictions hard to ignore.
Yo, a lot of these dudes, I kind of just see it as a LARP, right? A lot of these like black conservatives, because this dude, for the most part, is a Trump supporter, right? Praising Trump. I enjoy and love Trump. So you somehow understand the history of your people. You somehow understand if somebody is offering me $500,000, $1 million to come and DJ at an event that's honoring Trump, bruh, sign me up. Where do I go? And you still decided to go to that voting booth and vote for Donald Trump.
Then should he be proud to show off that white face?
Yeah.
That good white skin? that beautiful, white skin, right? Like,
exactly.
Like those racist conservatives, like who their entire rhetoric is racist, but then they'll say, "Oh, I'm not racist. I have black friends I like." How dare you say I'm racist?
Now, as you know, Jala was very adamant about his hatred of gang members.
It's because of the gangbangers on the platform.
While overlooking the fact that he was once a pupil of a flat-out cannibal. He criticized black Americans while having attended a church connected to one of Liberia's most infamous villains, General Butt Naked.
My understanding was that he was from North Dakota. He goes, no, actually, I'm from West Africa. I go, where at? He goes, Liberia. I go, Liberia? Do you know General Butt Naked? His response.
Yeah, my family goes to his church.
In his whole territory, I'm the king. I mean, repent and live or refuse and die.
A man in Liberia who committed atrocious acts and escaped prosecution from openly changing his beliefs.
You are called by God's purpose.
Yeah. And in court, he basically proved that he became a religious man,
yes.
And he got little to no punishment.
That shit normal though, bro.
The Bible says all things work together for good.
Some would assume Jala was using tactics from an old teacher.
But in 2026, the same Africans that they know betray them.
You are called by God's purpose.
The same Africans is now on a podcast in 2026 making fun of the very same trauma that they caused.
This was when the cap dancing truly began. Now, of course, he eventually issued an apology.
I want to give the tap dancing sellout of the day award to Poetik Flakko. Now, who's Poetik? Well, I'm Poetik Flakko.
But the apology was nowhere near as passionate as the hate.
But what I can say is, if I said something that hurt my audience, if people who watch me and support me, if they heard and seen that and it affected them and it caused them hurt or trauma or pain, bro, I apologize.
Flakko told his former mentor that the comments were actually about another YouTuber.
Don't go into the other details with point and shoot that I could go into because it is you.
Wait,
I don't even know if you would help me if I was African.
No, I said, damn. Wait though, I said, damn. I wonder if he knew, would he have helped? Listen, man, bro, and even in the language and how I described it to people, one is a despicable person.
Then he reiterated that his father was extremely conservative, as if that automatically wiped away the self-hatred people were beginning to see.
My father was a conservative African man. To this day, he's still conservative.
What I want to know, because I don't give a fuck about him being conservative, I want to know about his anti-blackness. Is your father anti-black too?
Backing up a group where the most significant conservative in the world once separated black Americans from Africans.
Look, birthright citizenship was, if you look back when this was passed and made, that was meant for the children of slaves. This was not meant for the whole world to come in and pile into the United States of America, everybody coming in and totally unqualified people. And I say, why is it we only take people from shithole countries, right? Why can't we have some people from Norway, Sweden, just a few?
Then, out of nowhere, an alleged family member appeared online to explain the confusion. He only added to it.
My little cousin, Poetik Flakko, also known as Frederick Jala. The only reason why I decided to show those information because I feel like we have to get something clear out with Poetik Flakko.
Now, according to this relative, Flakko was ran out of Philly.
He's not 28, he's not 26, he's not 27, he's 32, going to be 33.
He discussed the strange accusations surrounding Jala's brother.
Because I feel like a lot of niggas from Philly kick him out of town after his brother sexual assault case.
Claimed Flakko's sister was homeless.
You have the most darkest secret in your closet. Your sister is homeless.
And revealed that Jala, prescription pants, once shared boxers.
Frederick and myself grew up in the same household, pissed in the same bed, share the same underwear.
The stories were so outrageous and loosely connected that they created an entirely new question. Was Flakko's cousin exposing him?
I don't know why he claimed North Dakota.
Or was he just another Cap King?
But he's not from North Dakota. He never been to North Dakota.
But by this point, the truth of every individual claim was no longer Jala's only problem.
Now, every conflicting detail about his own life was being judged by the same standard he judged others.
How can anybody believe anything that you say being genuine if this is how you look at white people?
Things like the good white man and God bless the white man, right? Like, again, like those are things that like I kind of use like tongue in cheek. You feel me? Like
Poetik Flakko spent years investigating everybody else. By the end, he had created the biggest investigation of his career, himself.
If you think Jala's story is crazy, well, you probably don't know the dynamics of YouTube. The few YouTubers that I have met in real life, most of them were a different person offline than they were online. Flakko is what happens when you sell your soul to the internet.
So Adam sits, then I go and sit. And they ask me, bro, do you want to sell your soul?
No conspiracy theorist.
At first, I'm like, bro, I'm offended. Because why would you even ask? Damn right.
Not actually sell your soul on the net. But when you become someone that you're not just for views, you begin to forget who you are. Me personally, I'm pretty much the same person offline that I am online. Nowhere near perfect. And I do change. But when I change, I'm changing as a person. I'm not changing for an algorithm. I don't have a problem with Africans. There are a few YouTubers that have definitely added positive things to our community, but I won't lie. Right now, I'm afraid to say their name because one of y'all may show me something that they said years ago bad about my community. It's not Black Americans' job to just withstand people's hate. But let's be real, look at Flakko. He has bad things to say about the Black community. People accuse him of some weird stuff, and he was born in a foreign country. You ain't guessed it yet? He's probably gonna get an OVO chain. While you'll never hear me support the cancel culture, if you ask me should you support Flakko, I would say use Flakko's own standards on settling things with folks after they've said something that you deem to be inappropriate.
Why would I reach out to somebody and wait, pause. Why would I reach out to somebody and who said that babies born in my country are born musty?
If you like this, you probably want to check out where this whole Cap Media thing started. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approve, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approve.